Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Viaglo. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps and I resell clothes and shit. That's exactly what I do. So in today's video, I actually want to talk to you guys about 15 brands that did nothing but disappoint me all of 2021. And some of these brands I make sure that I actually don't pick up, or I am incredibly selective with what I pick up. And the sell-through rates are really shitty. Like they're between 20% to 40%. All right, so the first brand is actually Lucky brand. Now this one, it really didn't catch me off guard, I'm gonna be honest. Going into it, I knew that I would only make about 15 to 20 bucks for the item, but I soon realized that that wasn't even gonna be the case. I was selling items for $8, for $12, for $10, and then eventually it just stopped selling. So this is a brand that I just don't pick up at all. Like, it's a no-go. I don't care how beautiful the piece is, I'm not picking up the brand. And I'm specifically talking about blouses. I did pick up one sweater and I believe that that one sold for like either $17 or $22. I have to look it up. And it gets a lot of attention, don't get me wrong. Like, I feel like Lucky brand will bring a little bit of attention to your closet depending on the piece, but you won't get much for it. And yeah, I actually just don't want to waste my time for brands that won't sell for over $30 for me. So that one's out the door. The next one is actually Pendleton. Now, I heard about this brand right before fall started and I started to source it. So I had about 4 items of Pendleton in my closet. Now, one of the pieces was vintage, so it was from like the 80s. That one ended up selling for a really decent profit, and the other one sold within a few days. I want to say maybe this is just a 50-50 sell-through rate. I'm going to be really picky with this brand just because it sits for entirely too long, and I just don't want that, you know. Can is another brand that I have given up on, and I remember all of 2021 Can was on my not necessarily BOLO list, but it was on my bread and butter list. So I made sure I picked it up every time I saw it, especially if it was for a good price, because I can always sell Can between $25 to $30. And I just knew that, you know, I've been doing it, I'm good. But I've noticed as of late, like, it just doesn't get any, and I mean any attention. So I believe I have maybe about 2 Can pieces left, and I just feel like Can doesn't do it for me. So I'm gonna let that brand go completely. Will not be picking it up ever again. Now, Eileen Fisher. This one is always a funny brand because a lot of people are always on,
I'm gonna always pick up Eileen Fisher. She's my baby. She's a good one. She's always done well for me.
and then you have the other people.
Eileen Fisher sits. It doesn't sell for much. I hate it. I'm not picking up anymore.
I'm on the fence, okay? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm on the fence because although Eileen Fisher doesn't sell for as much as it used to, it still sells. And I think that once you can come to reality with your price points on Eileen Fisher and do your due diligence on checking the comps for that specific item that you pick up, you'll have a more realistic expectation of the brand. Because I feel like if you are sourcing her thinking you're gonna make $40, $50 per piece because she's retailing for $300 and plus, you need to bring it on down, baby, because you're gonna be disappointed. So that just goes to show that you have to pick up substantial pieces. You just can't be picking up any and everything. And I'm only saying this because I used to pick up any and everything. So you just want to be mindful of what you're picking up. I would honestly say only pick up pieces that have like a really high quality fabric, like her cashmere, wool, linen, silk. Like, you want to pick up those styles. But all in all, Eileen Fisher is definitely on my radar of I'm gonna be really picky when I pick you up list, because not all pieces are equal. All right, this one is a tough one because I love the brand so much, and it is called Athleta. We all know that Athleta is beginning to be oversaturated, and we have to be really mindful on what styles we're picking up, because I want to say that this brand is probably like a good 40 to 60% sell-through rate. I only put it on this list just because I have to be really particular about what I source from this brand, because I have quite a bit of items that have been sitting, and I mean sitting, but then there are certain styles that sell within a few days. So when I go back and I look at the items that I've sold and then all the other items that I've picked up, I'm picking up older styles. So I feel like their older styles with their older tags do sit for a lot longer than their newer styles with the newer tags, because those styles are not really sought after. Now, I'm not gonna not pick up Athleta. Like, if y'all see in every one of my hauls, I feel like I always have an Athleta piece there, but I am so much more particular. I actually stopped picking up their leggings. I don't pick up Athleta leggings unless they have something substantial, which is a certain style, a certain color. Do not pick them up just because, you know, because they're gonna sit and they're not gonna sell for a lot. I've noticed that their leggings definitely have declined over time. So the next brand is Victoria's Secret Pink. I actually completely cut out this brand from sourcing. When I see it in the thrift store, part of me always wants to pick it up, but it's just not realistic for me and my business style, if you will. I know that I'm not going to get over $30 for Victoria's Secret. Yes, I probably can do the due diligence of checking comps on that style. Maybe it's an old style that everybody wants or whatever the case is, but I actually just pass it up every time I see it, just because I know that it may only sell $15 to $18. And yeah, I don't want to waste my time on a brand that doesn't give me a pretty good return. So I don't pick up Victoria's Secret Pink anymore. I pick up Victoria's Secret slips, but that's the difference. I don't pick up Victoria's Secret Pink, the brand, anymore, because it's just not, it's not the brand for me, let me just say. All right, so Levi's, wow. It's crazy because I've noticed the trends, of course, over time, because trends are gonna always lead the fashion industry. But with Levi's, I feel like their 501 shorts have declined in a way, and I'm not really sure because I don't know what the competition is right now. Well, not right now in wintertime, but I noticed over the summertime that the price points have went down. Like before, you can sell Levi 501 shorts for about $30 to $35, but they are not selling for that price point anymore. But I have noticed that their 711 high-rise pants do sell. Levi wedgie jeans are in. I don't think that Levi's is like a brand anymore where the brand sells the item, you know? So you just can't go pick up any old pair of Levi's and think that, well, these are Levi's, these are denim, they're cotton, they're gonna sell, because you're gonna be upset because they don't sell for as quick as you think or as much as they should. So just be wary, you know, just do a quick search on Poshmark soles and on eBay soles, just so you can get an idea of the sell-through rate for them. All right, so the next brand is Sam Edelman. Now, I went on a nice little string for some months last year picking up Sam Edelman shoes. I was able to sell all of them, so I do say that the sell-through rate is a lot better. I bet you're like, well, why is it on the list? But I actually put this in the category of I'm not picking up anymore, just because they don't sell for the price point that I would like, since shoes do cost a lot more. Sam Edelman will not be coming home with me. All right, so this one is a particular, obviously it's a particular brand, but it's by a company called Revolve. Y'all already know. They sell a lot of sub brands, but I do believe that this particular brand is actually their house brand, and it's called By the Way. This particular brand really disappointed me because I thought that, you know, oh, it's from Revolve, like it's gonna sell well. I have a dress that I sourced like way back in April that is still sitting, and that jumpsuit, I had that for about 4 or 5 months before it actually sold. So I'm putting By the Way brand on I'm not picking up list because it's just a disappointment. And honestly, the styles are very much so up to date. It's not like they're dated styles, it's just that they don't sell. So the next brand is Joy, or Joy, however you want to pronounce it. I don't know, I'm not French. So it's actually a really expensive brand for the most part, retail rate. And I heard about the brand over spring of last year. So the first thing that I sourced was some linen pants. Now the funny thing about this is linen was like really popular. I'm sure it still is, but during that time I was looking for a whole bunch of linen items because they were selling really fast for me. So I found some linen, I believe they were called like painter pants from this brand, and they sold for $30. So I was like, oh my God, I gotta keep picking up this brand, not knowing that it was the style that sold those pants. So I started picking up a lot of blouses. I started picking up sweaters and all of that. And I noticed that I wasn't getting as much from these items, although I thought that they were listed, you know, pretty reasonably. So then I soon realized that this is a brand that I no longer pick up. So I actually stopped picking this brand up, like, I want to say before fall. Like, I don't pick it up anymore because it doesn't do well for me. Even their silk pieces or cashmere, they just sit and, you know, hold up space. So I don't pick up Joy anymore. All right, this one is another one that really just makes me so sad. And I want to say that this one is definitely like a 30% sell-through rate. Like, it's bad. And it's J. Jill. I love J. Jill so much because she was selling so quick, so fast. And I feel like now where I am with this brand is that they have to be substantial pieces, and I have to make sure I check comps, and I have to make sure that I see the soles. And if the soles don't match up, I'm leaving it here. And yeah, that's why I don't pick up anything. Like, I used to pick up all J. Jill. If it's linen, picking it up. If it's pure Jill, picking it up. I don't really care because it's gonna sell. But now I have quite a bit of items that have been sitting for months on months on months that don't get attention, that are not sold. And I've realized that this is just not a brand that this sounds kind of harsh, but want to waste my time on. I recently picked up a puffer coat, and I do have it listed, I feel like, at a reasonable price. But I'm thinking that in order for me to get it out my closet, it may only go for about 20 to 25 bucks. I don't know. I feel like this brand over time has just disappointed me. And I hate to even say that because I enjoy picking up J. Jill because she used to sell for me, but not anymore. All right, now this one, I'm only saying it because I think this one has like a 40 to 50% sell-through rate. I've only picked up, I want to say maybe about a good 5 or 6 pieces from this brand. And of course, a particular style is going to sell better than others, and dresses do better. Well, they should be doing better. And it's from a brand called Bowden. I picked up about a good 3 or 4 dresses from them, and maybe about 2 blouses, 1 sweater. So I've noticed that I've only been able to sell the larger sizes in this brand for the dresses anyways, and all of the other ones, nope. So if I do come across this brand again, I don't try to like openly pass it up, but I will make sure that I check like super thorough comps. I remember a time in October, actually, when I went to Oklahoma. I vlogged my experience, and I found a Bowden dress, and I was excited because they were having a dollar day at the Salvation Army. And I checked comps. Somebody had it listed for $15, and it was like 6 or 7 likes, and nobody bought it. So I was just like, oh no, I'm not even about to waste my time. I don't care if it's $1. So I did it. And I'm glad I didn't because it would have been a waste of time. So I think just moving forward, I'll only pick up dresses in larger sizes and have a unique style to them versus just a, you know, regular dress, because I do have a Bowden dress right now that I thought was beautiful. And it's very Valentine-esque. I'll pop it on the screen. That has been sitting for almost a year now, y'all. Almost a year. So all in all, I'm just gonna be really particular with Bowden dresses and just not pick up sizes that are under 10 because they don't do well. So the next brand is Madewell. Now this one is so sad because I get excited every time I find Madewell, and I get disappointed every time I list it and it doesn't sell. So I definitely have picked up about a good 10 to 12 Madewell pieces, and they range from jeans to shirts to blouses to sweaters, and they have not been doing well. I want to say my sell-through rate is probably like 20%, And honestly, y'all, the jeans were the only thing that sold. Before, if I saw a Madewell item, I don't even need to check comps because it's Madewell. But now, I'm deeply checking comps. Like, I'm looking at the listing price, the sold price. I'm checking Mercari. I'm checking eBay. I'm checking Poshmark. I'm checking everything because I don't want to spend any money on this brand just for it to sit, you know? And especially with my sell-through rate with this brand is really fucking low. So I just don't want to waste my time, honestly. All right, so Free People actually made it to the list as well. I know a lot of us love Free People. I still love Free People. I still get excited when I see that little charm tag, but I have realized, honestly, over the course of like the last month that I cannot pick up every piece because it doesn't do well. And I want to say my sell-through rate with Free People probably is at about a good 40%. Because although it sells, it just takes a nice little time to sell. And I noticed that I pick up all Free People, so it's just not that pretty little charm tag. I pick up We the Free, Intimately Free. I think those are the only ones. Oh, and Free People Beach. So I've sold something from all of these like sub brands or whatever. And yeah, I just don't get as much as I would like for them. I think I was actually really late to the game when it came to Free People. After hearing about it from so many resellers on YouTube, I was so excited to go out there and source it. And the first time that I found it, I think I was able to sell the dress for like $30. And it was a beautiful dress. And that was like a whole year ago. So I was on the hunt. So when I found some items, I found jeans, blouses, dresses, and I noticed that like I can't just pick up everything because a lot of styles are super outdated. I've sold like t-shirts. You can tell that these are probably from like 2008 or 2009. It was from a flip client, sold for $10. I don't get more than $25 for these Free People items, and that is on the highest scale, honestly. So now I am really particular with the item. It has to be like super fucking boho or just something about it because it sits for a very long time. Don't get me wrong, you will get attention to your closet, your shop, your storefront, whatever you want to call it, but it's gonna be sitting for a while. So I have to reel it in. So this is a brand that I'm like on the fence with. Like I have to be really like smart with it and not just pick it up just because it is Free People. All right, and lastly, Columbia. I actually stopped sourcing this brand once summer stopped, mainly because during that time I was picking up a whole bunch of Columbia nylon shorts, and y'all, they were like selling like hotcakes, okay? And I was only selling them for about $20. So in hindsight, I wasn't making that much of a profit because I would source them for $4 and sell them for $20 to $24, usually on the $20 mark. And after fees and cost of goods, I was making at about, you know, 10, 15 bucks, which is still not bad, don't get me wrong. But so I noticed that once summer stopped, just the styles and everything, I wasn't really searching for anything because I noticed that those were the only items that were doing well for me in that brand. So I stopped picking it up, and I recently started again actually looking into it, and then I realized that Columbia just doesn't sell for as much as I would like it to. Although it's still a really good brand, I would wear Columbia, but it's still not a brand that I feel like you get a high return on unless you have like a really amazing piece, you know. And I'm over here thinking about the items that I've had, and it's been jackets, sweaters, and snowboarding pants. They just don't go for a lot. I feel like the brand is definitely on the low tier when it comes to the sports gear, if that makes any sense, just because there's so many options out here. And I feel like Columbia is just not a middle or high tier brand. So I will always be incredibly selective. My sell-through rate with Columbia is actually pretty high. I just don't make enough money from it, and I think that is my problem. That's why it is on my list of brands that disappointed me. So let me know down below if some of these brands you completely agree with or if you disagree. Let's just have a nice little conversation in the comment section because, you know, I love talking to y'all. Bye, y'all.